the device didn't get detected correctly. If I was muted entirely, it wouldn't have. If I was muted entirely, it wouldn't have been picking up the stuff for the subtitles. It was just that something weird was going on with my microphone and the way it was plugged in. Anyway, we're gonna rate out 2 games done quick when we're done because it's black speedrunning time, and I'm here for everybody black. Anyway, let's go play Street Fighter. The TLDR, for those of you that couldn't hear me while my microphone was doing jackass things, is to make a long story short, I was once again forced to pinky promise not to do any programming for Shootlancer over the weekend, and so, well, you know, can't do that. So now I am in the position where I need fighting games to hopefully get my brain to stop hyperfixating on this thing that I said I wasn't going to do, and I intend to keep that promise. Which means that we play fighting games until my brain stops doing the thing. We will see if I go for the full 3 hours today, because it is Back to Black weekend. Games Done Quick is running an all black speedrunners marathon, raising money for Race Forward. Like I was saying before, that's where we're going to rate out to today after we're done. If I get hit with enough EP and enough brain wants to see runs really bad, then we'll probably end stream early and go over there and go hang out with them, more than likely. But yes, hello everybody. Whether you're lurking or like hanging out directly, it is good to see y'all. I'm glad to be here. Please pardon me doing a little bit of the Yanni Eep thing. I have been attempting to deal with the eternal temptation of revenge bedtime procrastination. I'm doing my best, TM. Who gets revenge? The whole point of it is specifically that the whole point of revenge bedtime procrastination is just more literally the idea that you you are getting revenge for not having the time to do the things that you want by staying up late. That's really all it is. So the scenario is I'm the one getting revenge. And no, revenge bedtime procrastination is literally the opposite of that. When you stay up late to get stuff done that you stay up late in defiance of like needing to get sleep because there are things that you specifically wanted to do that you did not get to do during the day. I'm not going to do my full set of practice, just because I'm not feeling entirely up for that. We are going to at least run a couple casual matches just for me to warm up a little bit. Then we'll do a little ranked, and we'll go from there. But yes, I did see... But yes. Oh yeah, I forgot to say thank you for the resub, Cosmo. I deeply appreciate it. 19 months via Amazon Prime. Deeply appreciate it. Thank you for that. And I also know I saw Lynn hanging out, and I know there are people lurking. Appreciate y'all.
Show me your strength. Round one. Fight.
Yeah, I didn't need to do that. What a read on my part. Unfortunate. If they got a perfect parry, that would have been really good for them. Now you held that too long.
Round two. Fight.
Oh, fair. The only thing that's unfortunate about like casual matches is that like sometimes, and this is not like the flat player's fault, right? I think there's like a separate sort of like matchmaking setup for casual match, and it's not even explicitly like that. Me being master rank means that I'm automatically better than this player necessarily. Yeah, good backups.
You're in my way.
Oops, I was crouching and tried to drive impact back, and that doesn't quite work, unfortunately. It's plus. So yeah, that's Sagat's main flaw. While his limbs do reach very far, his buttons are very slow. So it's one of those things where, like, yeah, like if Sagat has the opportunity to like reach out with a very specific button, then yeah, he will absolutely like cook you. At a battle of ranges, you held that too long. Oh yeah, very good. Not sure why they stood still there. Either they might have been trying to feel something out, or they might have just been like, ah, whatever. Not really sure. Could have been either. Could be anything. Yeah. Ideally, like, actually hitting them with a DP to knock them out of the air would have been better in that circumstance, but... don't know why you did that. There we go. I was trying to bait that this whole time, and they literally held that to the last minute. Very annoying, but also very, very, very clever as a tactic overall. Oops. Oops. Yeah, it's not plus. Yeah, you can't do that that close. That doesn't work. Yeah, no, like, the main issue this Sagat is running into is that, like, too passive in certain aspects. That's fair. Whatever. Lead back towards the corner. Ah, whoops. Oops. Why didn't you throw me back toward the corner? That's the main thing. Like, this Sagat, I sort of understand what they're trying to do. Like, they're trying to, like, fight and outbox, but the problem is that there are aspects in which they are not aggressive enough as Sagat, and they keep retreating and giving up ground. And part of it is that I'm not capitalizing on some of this as nastily as I could be, also High Lambert. And that's why they're getting away with some of this, but, like, oops. Stop! Why'd you do that? No. If you're gonna do it, you gotta stop holding it too. Cause, like, look, see how they keep, like, doing that shit? Like, they keep jumping back when I walk forward. Stop. Yeah, because, like, basically the main thing is that because they keep jumping back whenever I walk forward, like, there's gonna come a point where basically... I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to, like, walk forward and grab. B, because you're fucking around too much. Like, I understand, to be specific, I understand why they're choosing to, like, kind of, like, do that, but the main thing is that, like, Sagat necessarily has to, like, rush in order to actually sort of get done the things that he wants to get done, but you have to have a certain degree of being willing to, like, actually put buttons in people's faces, and this Sagat is way too willing to, like, play cold, and it's like, and because they're too cagey about, like, actually trying to engage, it makes it relative, like, basically all I really have to do, provided that I'm not, like, fucking around too much, is, like, you see, like, all I have to do is just, like, walk a little bit at them and they jump back. Didn't mean to DI there. That was a bad call on my part. Yeah, like, look, see, all I have to, like, literally all I do is, like, I walk toward them a little bit, jump back a couple times, and then it's just, like, very. I don't know why they did high tiger shot there. Weird. Yeah, that's plus. See? Way too predictable. Oops. Hey Shen. Vibing. Jump back. Get hit. Jump back. Do it again. Do it. Nope. Gotcha. See? Show me something new finally. Alright. Yep. And that's why they've been jumping back, I guess, to try to, like, bait spin knuckles that I haven't been doing until I do them. So, alright. Thank you. Like, why should I approach you? Why should I approach you? Like, I will literally just sit right here. I do not care. Like, I've got the drive advantage. Like, I don't have any reason to approach you. Like, what do you think I'm gonna do? I will just sit here and wait. Like, come on, doofus. This is why I was like, this is the problem. Too cagey. It's like, no, you don't get a rematch. It's like, you're not learning anything, and you're not pushing yourself, and that's not interesting. So whatever. Like, again, I understand, and it's not even like, oh, that's a cheap way of playing. They shouldn't play like that. But it's like, with Street Fighter 6 in particular, it's not that you never play defensively or that playing defensively is bad, but you have to be willing to to like actually risk a little bit in this game. And if you're Sagat especially, right, like if you're going to insist on hanging back, then at least throwing tiger shots to give me something to think about would be ideal, rather than just be like, oh, I'm just gonna stand here and I'm gonna jump back. I'm staying here and I'll jump back. Like, nah, like you gotta move. Do something. Yeah, sim players are also kind of annoying because, like, basically, most people who play Dawson at this point in this game really understand how to use him in ways where he initially seems like very counterintuitive for like actually playing Street Fighter in a meaningful way. But like most people who have played Dawson have either been sim players for decades, or they just understand. They've either been sim players for a while, or they've just put a lot of work into actually understanding like the very specific ways in which he works in this system. And the thing with Dawson is basically you have to have a good understanding of like the drive system and things like that, as well as like really good understandings of your own spacings and where you can put stuff in order to like actively discourage people from doing bullshit at you, because otherwise as sim you don't have a lot of answers for dealing with a lot of things that people do. So you have to, like, this sim does the thing that Dawson does very well, which is be inordinately fucking frustrating to actually like force to do something if he doesn't want to do it. I misjudged just by a little bit. And the thing that's difficult here is that, like, as tempting as it is for me to want to, like, yeah, essentially. Unlike this Sagat, yeah, like the Sagat essentially was trying to play Sagat as if he's Dawson, which doesn't exactly work, right? Like, you know. Oops. That was too high up, unfortunately. Too high. God damn it, I didn't do the super input correctly. Unfortunately. I could have punished the slide if I was a little bit more on the ball. It's a little difficult. See, it is also very difficult to like actually approach Sim from the air, you have to more or less do it from the ground or catch him jumping at a time where he really shouldn't be. And like trying to call out some of his moves with drive impact. Oh, that's unfortunate. Shouldn't have done that. Yeah, like basically trying to drive impact the Dhalsim who understands how this game works is a really terrible idea, because basically
Here comes a new challenger. Round one. Fight.
oops, shouldn't have done that. Nine a horn, sketch wheel.
You're in my way.
Yeah, I do not need to try to rush with like a drive impact here. Don't need to do that. Ooh, good mix up. So yeah, it's not a thing that I do very often with Elena, mostly because I am not very good at it, but you do have the ability to, when she does spin scythe, you can cancel it into a Link song and then use one of her other follow-ups out of it. I don't do it very often because I'm usually pretty bad at like getting people to be afraid enough to like actually let me pull it off. Good scratch wheel. Ooh, yeah. Good timing on that. Rhino horn, SA3. Yeah, exactly what I would have done in that situation. I should be dead. Yeah, I wasn't getting out of that.
Round one. Fight.
Yep, that's fine.
Round two. Fight.
We're both alright. We're both stocked up. Let's see. I like how you both kind of had the same thought there. One. I'm not good at fighting games that I run the London MBC2. You're a liar, because you literally were just talking about. You literally. Lambert, you're a liar. Didn't you literally just dust up your supervisor in Def Jam and get your bonus? And get his bonus in your pockets? Nah. Liar. Telling lies. I'm not good at fighting games, my ass. Def Jam is different. Fighting games are fighting games, blood.
Now, find a new rival.
Alright, let's see if I'm still going to, like, scrub out here, though. Because that Elena was pretty on top of things. Arena Fighters I'm good at, like One Piece, Burning Blood, and Def Jam. Fair. Yeah. I'll hold that. Yeah, part of what makes fighting against a good God player difficult is that they will be patient and they will wait. And why did I jump? There we go. Force the air out of him. There we go. Just gotta pick me up though. Nope. Oh, that was really close. I was risking a flash kick there. Got it. I can get SVC Chaos run semi-smooth on my laptop if there was ever... Yeah. I never got deep into SVC Chaos, sadly. I probably could play it with some degree of competency, but like... Ooh, I didn't punish that sweep correctly. Ooh, yep. There we go. Got it. So yeah, the main way that I'm sort of like grinding this guy down is literally by trying not to get like fucked up by sonic booms and literally just kind of putting him in a position where I don't bite on ooh, what a punish. If you any like my KOF 98 is still not terrible, but I sort of am on like a soft moratorium from SNK games, just because like I don't want to get too deep into it, but the long and short of it is like older SNK games I don't fuck with the way I used to anymore because the company as it stands now is kind of doo-doo butter. There we go. But like Alpha 2, Alpha, I probably could at least fuck around a little bit in Alpha 3 and not be terrible. I could probably at least fuck up a little bit of Alpha 2 and be alright. It's been a minute since I played, but I know at least a little bit of it. Oh shit, it's Viper. Alright, let's see what they've got. Okay, Modern Viper. Throw. Alright. There we go. Yeah, fair. You're making it too predictable. So the thing about Crimson Viper is that without any super meter, she does not have any invincible reversals to force people off of her. So it's one of those things where okay. Half Skull Ghosts haven't played it unless it's my Vita. Yeah, that's fair. Alright. Yeah, they're really bad about picking their opportunities to poke, mostly, and that's what I sort of have to capitalize on. But yeah, like that's not safe. That's fair. So. Yeah. The main thing is that doing crouching heavy punch into Seismo, I don't think it's actually gapless. I'm pretty sure I've actually punched them out of that at least once. Yeah. Which means they need to stop doing that, or I'm going to literally just kind of like push their shit in if they keep doing it. Assuming that I punish it every time, though. Yeah. And the only thing they're going to do is V-reversal. I should be dead here if they don't fuck it up. Yeah. Basically speaking, as far as that matchup goes, if I'd just been baiting out their V-reversal, because the only thing that they were doing for Wake Up is the V-reversal, they weren't using super at all. So if I'd been a little bit more on the ball with my Oki, I could have basically just kept baiting out the V-reversals every single time and just blown them up for that. That's my fault. I got impatient. That's on me. I got impatient.
Let us begin.
No mercy for you.
Round one. Fight.
No, I shouldn't have done that. That was a really bad call on my part. Because Ryu was doing crouching medium punch, so it being cancelable means Jive impacting right back. Bad call on my part. Yeah, what Ryus always do. This is the thing they do. And I don't mean that in like a derisive way, just like a very, like, nah, this is the thing that they do sort of way. Basically, ever since Ryu's, like, since all of Ryu's buffs in this game have very steadily put him toward, like, he will pump out damage if he lays hands on you. Ryu players a lot of the time especially in this game specifically, a lot of the time will just be like, alright, I got a hit, hey! And then they kind of just, that's just the way that they kind of do the stuff. And I don't mean that in like a derisive way, but just in a very, Ryu players are very, very straightforward in this game in that sense. If they get the big hit, they will catch out the big hit. Very much like Unga Bunga caveman strats, basically. The good ones both have an understanding of this and how to, like, actually mix certain other aspects into their gameplay. And then that's when you really have to get worried, because then it's the big damage combined with Ryus who actually understand, like, the conceit of playing head games as opposed to just, like, kind of just doing ape shit. Oops. need to be doing standing punch out of dive kick, standing light punch out of dive kicks more often. It's a thing I've known in my head I need to be working on more, because the thing about crouching light punch is that it has less range. So it's one of those things where it's a lot easier to kind of like mess up the spacing if you're not careful. I'm dead now. Oh, they missed it, I think. Oof. Too slow. Ooh. Hot don't punish? No, but I punished at least. Yeah, so that walk back there was also to make the dive kick whiff. Nope. And then I got baited on the wake up DP instead of the other way around, which happens. Didn't mean to do that. I wanted to do standing heavy kick. Like that. Good throw. Ooh, just barely made it. Oh, that was close. Nice job. Let's basically give up. Oops. Yep. Yeah, I'm dead now. Because it's Ryu. Yeah, that's why Street Fighter 6 is oftentimes a very stressful game, because damage is really high for a lot of characters. So it's one of those things where you slip once, you slip twice. It's kind of a done deal.
A new warrior has entered the ring!
Beginning operation.
Round one. Fight!
Yeah, it's my fault. I was pressing the button when I shouldn't have been. Yeah, you did that too close to my face. Nope. There we go.
Right.
Round 2. Fight.
I do that. Do not ever throw a fireball near Cammy.
Cammy wins.
Like, if you are within half a screen
Round 1.
or less than that, and you throw a fireball when Cammy has Super Art 3, you kind of just you asked for it, basically. Like, it's your own fucking fault. I'm just kind of putting it out there. Like, you don't do that. It's a really bad idea, and you shouldn't do it. Oops. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, and then I didn't have that was not my turn at all. I saw the green time. I should have either done Super Art 2 or either Super Art 1 or OD or like ODDP. The call was bad on my part. That's really all it was. Yeah, the poison can't kill me, but like basically any hit I take at this point will absolutely kind of like do me in. I'm done if I'm not careful. Yeah. If Aki had gone for the grab there, I would have lived. The Aki's name implies they're one trick. I didn't look. Like what, their club name or just like. Because the club name is kind of like whatever. A little too slow on the specific punish there. Fuck. Now I'm dead. Because I didn't have enough health to absorb it.
Round 2. Fight.
Nah, it didn't react in time. Yeah, this'll hit. Because if Aki hits you with the dive, with that like flying dive while you're poisoned, you tumble, and in the corner, the tumble basically means that she's guaranteed to like actually pop you, you know. There we go. Had just enough health to soak that, and they didn't respond with super or anything that could have broken the armor, so I made it out okay. There we go. There we go. There we go.
Cammy wins.
Yeah, we're still in there, still fighting. So basically, aside from me needing to make sure that I pay more attention to what I jab with, I need to pay more attention to what I jab with is the main thing. And I think my movement is still a little bit stiff, which is why I'm having so much trouble like actually trying to enforce. I'm trying to enforce certain things with certain people is very difficult for me because I'm not moving very fluidly. So. I dropped it, but that was supposed to be OD dive kick into Super Art 1 to be sure that I was going to get the kill. Yeah, good though. Yeah, they had that meaty set up really well, and I did not answer it correctly. That I did though, and I'm proud of that. Fuck me. Yeah, neutral jumping is a very strong option in this game if you suspect somebody's going to like try to like either drive impact or do some other thing to try to avoid getting their shit pushed. Ooh. Man. Yeah, nah. I shouldn't have done that. But with the way that Ken jumped, maybe like a standing medium kick would have stuffed him out right there. Piss off. Alright. There we go. Yeah, cooked you, bud. Alright, let's see. Ooh, yeah, that's fair. Real expensive as an answer. But I get it. Makes a statement and almost equalizes us on life. Yeah, that's fair. I shouldn't have held that for that long. Yeah, that's my fault. I choked a little bit. Basically speaking, that Ken does the thing that a lot of Ken players do, which is basically play with your balls out, metaphorically, and like try not to get called out too hard for it. If I'd been a little bit more confident with specific things I'd been doing, I probably could have turned that around. Not because the Ken player is bad, but specifically because as lurid as a descriptor as I just used there, the main metaphor I'm really getting at is that that Ken player basically was betting it all on the aggro, which is not like a bad thing for Ken to do necessarily. This is Manon, I think. It's not a bad thing for Ken to like basically to bet it all on like going ham necessarily. It's just that if you're paying attention, if I was paying more attention to specifically the way that Ken was doing a lot of that, I probably could have really made him pay for it. But I wasn't on top of it the way I really would have liked to have been. Yeah, nah, it's too close. Unfortunately, they made several bad choices there, as Manon. I think if they'd been able to slip in a command grab in that sequence somewhere, as opposed to like trying to go for the hit grab, I probably would have gotten caught. But I don't know if they would have had the time specifically. That's one medal. Yeah. Okay, this Manon is willing to spend meter on Super Art 1 and even probably Super Art 2 to get out. Very good call. 3 medals. Manon pops out at 5. As it is right now, both her hit grab and her command grab do much more damage than they did previously, which means that in circumstances where either she forces me to get reset or if she has plus frames, I'm going to be in a lot more trouble if I'm not careful. Dropped it. I dropped it, but we made it work. We brought it back. We made it work. So yeah, the main thing about Manon is that she has a lot of range with her normals and things like that, but the other thing is mostly that in order for her to enforce plus frames, she has to usually use a lot of drive gauge for that. Like that, right? Like if she gets a drive rush and then uses the normal afterward and you block it, most of her normals will make her plus enough that then she can try to enforce a little bit of like strike throw mix. Yeah, I was too close. And basically the strike throw mix that she enforces via The strike throw mix that she enforces via like drive rush or meaty normals is basically how she sets you up to potentially try to command throw you. Oops. I'm not DJ. I can't like I can't drive impact from out there and expect to hit people. My limbs are not that long as cammy. Not with drive impact anyway. DJ's drive impact is literally just like a straight leg. It's just like a straight leg back kick. It goes very, very far. And that move, it's speaking of the devil. Assuming that I am in a situation where this DJ feels a need to use that, you will see what I mean. Yeah. Oh yeah, this is modern DJ, so I really shouldn't be trying to like jump and stuff either. Yeah, so the main thing about DJ, regardless of whether it's modern DJ or classic DJ, in this game especially, DJ basically lives and dies off his use of drive meter. Luckily, this DJ seems a little too reckless. So, if I'm careful, I might be able to make it, but it may be a little tough. Flash. Ooh, unfortunate. They went for the Sobat right there, and then I messed up the punish. Yeah, that's the drive impact. You saw that leg, right? Is that gonna whiff? No. This would hurt more if they were... It still hurts, but it would hurt more if they were playing Classic, I think. Yeah. So yeah, that's DJ's whole thing, right? Like, basically, as a DJ player, whether you're playing Modern or Classic, you live or die by the management of your drive gauge, because DJ needs a lot of drive gauge to basically, like, do all of his really... Like, for his confirms, for a lot of, like, his space control stuff. Damn it, I'm doing that too slow. I responded correctly, but I didn't. I was probably holding down on the arcade stick, so the drive impact didn't come out to counter that. Yeah, so it looks like maybe this DJ is way too used to kind of like cruising on like lol funny time setups. Ooh! Yeah. This is why they're burning out so much, because they're really used to just like, lol, I'm gonna use drive impact, I'm gonna use like drive meter to force setups and things like that. And they can obviously fight at least a little bit without it, so they're not completely dependent on it, and they're not like a bad player. And the reason why I'm saying that it's not so much, and I know everybody knows this, it's not so much for like, oh yeah, cope, but it's more like, the thing is that it works as like DJ's playstyle very much does kind of like appreciate the sort of thing that that person was doing, where you DJ's playstyle does kind of appreciate the thing that that person was doing, where you're willing to kind of like push a lot on like actually being able to where you're willing to like push a lot on your drive advantage, like just using a lot of like your drive conversion stuff to just kind of sit on people and ruin their day. DJ can be played like that, and there's nothing wrong with playing him like that. It's just that it is also extremely risky, because when DJ is in burnout, he loses really, really hard. Because aside from, I think, maybe his Super Art 3, like, he does not have easy reversals that don't rely on drive gauge. So you need to be very careful if you're planning on doing that. Yeah, you went way too him, bud. Yeah, good. Nope. My fault. Decimate. Tatsuzanko. Yep. No, I shouldn't have done that. I should be dead now. This is Akuma. Party starter. Yep. So, for people who are not familiar, Akuma is traditionally in most Street Fighter games, but in particular this one, very much a character who has a very highly tuned, offensive, very variable and very offensive kit. But basically the trade that he makes for that is that he has shit for health. It is very easy if you're fighting against an Akuma player that has a bad habit of overextending themselves or otherwise putting themselves in situations where you get to punish them for fucking up, Akuma has a really bad time dealing with that. I'm dead though. Like, basically the trade-off is that Akuma's extreme damage output is sort of meant to be offset by the fact that, like, you have to be extremely confident in your ability to defend yourself as Akuma, or you kind of just die. And in this game in particular, he really feels that more than in a lot of other Street Fighter games, just because, aside from the fact that this game is really high damage, he is actually the only character presently in the game at his health bracket. So, like, the average health in this game is 10k. 3 characters have 10.5. 1 character has 11,000. Akuma has 9,000. And that doesn't... I know it doesn't sound like a lot, necessarily, by comparison, in terms of, like, oh... Like, what is the difference of, like, 1,000 health, or what have you? But in a game like this, where, like, with most characters doing a basic combo, depending on what combo they're doing, they can easily do about 1,000 damage, slash a little more or less, depending on the situation. That's fair. I was too far out to try to push my luck on that. Ooh. Yeah, like, for context, like, Akuma hitting me with one of those combos, depending on what it was, might have been somewhere in the neighborhood of like 2,000 to 3,000 damage, maybe? Yeah, some characters grabs do about 1,000 damage. Yeah. So, like, being in a situation where essentially you have one less grab's worth of health, or like a grab's less worth of health than most other characters do, especially in situations where, like, depending on the hit, a character can very easily, like a character can very easily rob you of like a ton of your health immediately. Nope, didn't need to do that. I'm dead now. This is what I mean by like swing. Like right now, here easily, I've eaten at least a good 5,000 damage. I wasn't at 5,000 health, I don't think, but I probably ate like a good 4,000 to 5,000 right there. So if I hadn't tried to be a doofus and drive impact there, and if I just kept it chill, I probably would have like... If I hadn't tried to drive impact there, I probably would have been able to hang in there a little bit more, and potentially like just like pop him in the face and like knock him the fuck over his head or something. But that's my fault.
Beginning operation.
We gotta be careful with Luke a little bit here, because y'all can kind of like see that like he... Yeah, no, I got hit by that. If I'd done maybe like... Yep, Sandblast. If he charged that, I think it would have been DI safe, but I don't blame him for not doing that. But yeah, the main thing with Luke that you sort of have to look out for, and that I always have a hard time with remembering, is that a lot of his... One of the things that makes Luke very nice as a beginner character, even like past being designated it, is sort of that like... a lot of his heavier hitting moves have a habit of moving him forward a little bit, so, or have pretty good range despite how funny they look. So it's one of those things where a lot of his kit is very well equipped for whiff punishing people, and otherwise like blowing their spot up for trying to do very specific things in certain situations where they shouldn't. And so like very good Luke players kind of like take advantage of that. Like you see Suppressor right there, how he kind of like jukes back a little bit before he jukes forward. It doesn't have strictly like invulnerability, but if somebody is like pressing a button and they're a little bit short and you Suppressor, haha, you know, you kind of get fucked up. Yeah, like you saw that knee, right? Like yeah, so things like that front strike and suppressor and even like the flying knee, right? Granted, like, if Luke doesn't space the flying knee correctly, like, what you saw there is what tends to happen. Yeah, like you saw that punch, right? So I emphasize these things mostly because, like, on the off chance that anybody else plays Street Fighter, these are things that I want them to kind of, like, know. Because I hit with the tip of Cammy's dive kick, I was plus. And that meant that Luke trying to punch me after that didn't work. Yeah, like that was too close. No. I should be dead here, they don't fuck it up. Yep. Oops. I mistook the Sandblast for the Flash Knuckle. Memphis. Ouch. I tried to do crouching medium kick way too close, and I got punched in the face for it. My spacing has definitely not been as up to snuff as I would like it to be, and I have a habit of like trying to press these like slower buttons like this way too close. But yeah, like ideally after dive kicks I should be doing like this instead of this, because the main difference is that standing light punch reaches farther a little bit, and it is more reliable for getting conversions in situations where I hit with the tip of the dive kick. So I should be using that more often.
Beginning operation.
That's fair. I was too slow on the punish the first time, that's why. So the thing about Rashid is that while like Super Rashid Kick and even like Eagle Spike, if you see Rashid use it, like both those moves look like their recovery is too scuffed for you to actually be able to, like the recovery is too fast for you to be able to do anything about it, but they're actually very vulnerable as moves. Sky high. Nah. I wanted to do Super Art 3 because I would have kicked through it. I would have been at a meter disadvantage afterward, but I basically would have kind of just kicked him in the face. But I messed it up. Yeah, like Eagle Spike. Assuming that you block Eagle Spike, the rebound on it looks really scary. Ooh, you pushed too hard. Yeah, see, like Super Rashid kick. Rashid is not actually like as safe during that as it looks like he is. Like the recovery time is actually a lot longer, and the only reason why I got hit by double Super Rashid kick is mostly because I didn't actually, like, I have very rarely actually ever blocked Super Rashid kick, so it's like I didn't actually realize that it's like, oh yeah, it's like spinning mixer tier recovery, or not spinning mixer tier, but Eagle Spike tier recovery. It doesn't look like it, but like Rashid does actually have a lot shorter range than it looks like he does. Mostly the way that he works around it is like through stuff like Yasar here. Basically, Yasar is probably one of the best super art 2s in the game. Because as you saw, that hitbox is incredibly persistent, and so like it's an offensive tool. It lets Rashid as an offensive tool, it allows Rashid to do some very potent like approach strategies and things like that. And it's very annoying to deal with in that sense. And the thing that can be very difficult to sort of deal with as a result, especially if Yasar is out, is it's like, oh, okay, uses Yasar, and then it's like, lol, Yasar, and then Eagle Spike through it, or Yasar, and spinning mixer, you know. Started doing the input for Cannon Spike, but I didn't finish it in time. So read the intention correctly, just didn't react quickly enough. Yeah, like, you see that combo right there? For other people, that combo, depending on how much they'd already been hit beforehand, maybe wouldn't have killed them. Akuma does not have health to gamble like that, so, like, getting caught by that fucking ruined his day, right? On the other hand, like, again, he's still, as a character, highly mobile and very, like, dangerous in his own regard still, right? But the moment that Akuma, if you as the Akuma player are put on the defensive and you're not confident in your ability to call somebody out with the options you do have to try to get control back, you're in a bad spot, because if you've been put up against the wall defensively like that already, and you've been taking some hits, you're not gonna have a good time. But then you can do something like this and bring it all back, right? So a lot of people will go, yeah, Akuma having low health is not that much of a drawback for him because like he still puts out like a ton of damage, right? And it's like, yeah, it's true, past a certain point it doesn't like especially matter if the other player is that much better than you, but you know, it is still a calculus that even like really strong Akuma players have to work with. Like, there are characters where that combo might not have killed that particular situation, but Akuma, 1,000 health less, means he has to consider that. That situation, if I jumped, I would have been fine. Now I'm comfortable. But yeah, this is like kind of the duality of playing against him and playing as him, right? And this is why Akuma players enjoy playing Akuma, because it's one of those things where literally, despite you theoretically having your ass up against the wall, having your ass up against the wall can matter a lot less if you like having your ass up against the wall can matter a lot less as Akuma if you are confident in your ability to call people out, right?
Beginning
Round one.
Fortunate that they carried by level 2. Vipers, I can see how. Yeah, fair. Unfortunately, though, they were pushing a little bit too hard on Drive Meter. So, you remember how I said that DJ is a character who kind of like thrives off of Drive Meter conversion? Those of you that were here for when I was learning how to play Crimson Viper and when I was working on getting her to Master Rank, y'all know why that's the case. She has the ability to do a high jump by using up a little bit of her drive gauge. And so,
Cammy.
between that and having the ability to also like use a high jump as a cancel option out of her out of a lot of her other moves, what are you doing? If you manage Crimson Viper's drive gauge exceptionally well, then you are put in a position where you can really, that's my fault, where you can really kind of like put the screws to people. Especially with things like follow-ups to her, oops. Yeah. And me being in burnout means I couldn't have punished against some things where I might have been able to. Nope. Yeah. They like to DI a little bit too much. And then they were too unwilling to actually call out with a thing and got fucked up for it. So this is the thing about, and I said this earlier when I was trying to vaguely compare Viper to DJ, and then I might have not finished my thought, right? But the thing about Viper specifically is that because Viper does not, like, you have to burn meter on Super Art 1, Super Art 2, or Super Art 3 in order to do very specific, like, to get out of situations where people are crawling all over your ass. So if you're burned out, you basically have to rely on super meter as your great equalizer. And if you are in a situation where you cannot do that, you do not have a good time. Yeah, that's fair. I need to be careful about trying to... Modern players, I swear to God. I don't mean this as like a pejorative, I'm sorry. Let me be more specific. With Modern, the main thing that is different is that with Modern mode, you do not have to do full motion inputs in order to do special moves for a lot of Modern characters. So it's one of the... for Modern characters at all. So it's one of those things where if you ever hear me say, oh, against a Modern character you shouldn't jump if they're playing like a Shoto or something, it's because if their reactions are fast enough, they will basically just snipe you out of the air when you jump with a Shoryu every time. It is also easier for them to do certain things on, it's easier for them to do like super on reaction and things like that. I messed up the input there, because otherwise, yep. Basically, when Ryu threw that fireball after knocking me down, if I hadn't messed up my super input, I would have killed him on the spot. Because again, you should not throw a fireball when you are within half a screen or less of Cammy when she has Super Art 3. It does not really matter what fireball you throw, even if you're like Guile, you're gonna fuck up and you're going to get hit by Super Art. You're gonna fuck up and get hit by Cammy Super Art 3. You really shouldn't do it. I did it first. I got burned out. I wasn't expecting it. Otherwise, I would have been able to try to push back. But I think I can run this back. I think I have a better understanding of how this Ryu specifically is going to do very specific things. So if I'm a little bit less careless, I should be able to swing it. No. Oops. Yeah, see? Remember what I said before about, like, oh yes, modern player, I should not be jumping as much? Because if they have good reactions, they snipe you like that. Right? Somebody who's playing Classic can do that, but, you know, they have a slightly higher chance of, like, messing up the input. Yeah, that's fair. No. That's my fault. They better punish that. Yeah. I got too eager, and I was assuming they were gonna press the button. That's my fault. So that's on me. That's on me. I fucked up. I made the bad call. I got to... Yeah, that's on me. Because, like, basically, I got a little bit sucked up into that reuse flow. And got punched in the nose for it. So, you know.
Here comes a new challenger. You must crush them.
Operation.
This person having this club name during Black History Month feels racist as fuck. I'm just saying. Oh, there's the meaty. You know what? I'm glad I can't. All I'm going to say is that, like, I don't have, like, there is nothing inherently wrong with being horny about your favorite fighting game character, but so, Stubby, I will very gently point out that Kaz saying that Fang are glad that they can't read it means probably, nope, doesn't, yeah. That's pretty much where we need to live. They just like him a lot, maybe a bit too much. And like sometimes you can do a little less, is all I'm saying. You know? Not even that it's bad to be like bad. Like, I'm not like saying this to like shame people who are horny about their favorite fighting game characters, but sometimes you can do a little less. You don't have to do that much. You don't have to do all of that. Because I realized that, like, in the context of what I was saying, kind of like I was, like, you know, like, shaming people for being horny about their favorite fighting game characters, which, if I did that, I'd be a hypocrite. But it's just, like, sometimes you don't have to You don't have to do that much. Like sometimes there's a thing is doing too much, you know? Yeah, check. Oh yeah, I got hit by that. Let's see. 3, 2, 1, Bushi. So now Kim gets a damage boost for the rest of the match and a speed boost as well. That doesn't work on me. I respect you trying it, but it is very difficult from like when Kim players use that move on me where she does the spring kick and then the other stuff. If they're doing that raw, it is very difficult, not impossible. It is very difficult to catch me with that. I very rarely actually get hit by that. Mostly because most Kim players like, yeah, nobody expects that. It's like, no, my reaction times are good enough that I can catch you doing that. Like, if you try doing that shit, it's like, nah, I see you.
Nowhere to run. No mercy for you.
Oh, GG's. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. GG's. I'm sorry. I hope none of that was exceptionally mean sounding. I did not mean for that to be mean sounding. But welcome on in, Jad. Welcome on in, Jadty. Thank you for the match. I deeply appreciate it. Ah, damn it, I messed up. Yeah, that's fair. Ah, no, they checked with the jab! Screaming, crying, throwing up. Alright, hang on, let me focus face a little bit. And then if Jadty talks afterward, I will be better company once I'm a little more focus-faced here. Because Juri's got Feng Shui Engine, which means that she can like tie her normals together in ways that normally she can't. A Juri that knows how to use Feng Shui Engine is very scary. Whew. But yeah, honestly, I did not. Now I really actually do feel horrible because I really wasn't trying to like. I was not trying to shame people for being like into fighting game characters. So like I said, if I did that for real, I'd be a hypocrite. This is sometimes a little too much. But I am also sorry if I absolutely caught you in the crossfire on that. Mea culpa. I might be dead here. Yeah, because it's Juri, and she had all that back. So the hard part about fighting against Juri in particular is that she is also built both very aggressively and in a way very similar to DJ. She having drive is very good for her because she just has she has a very fast drive rush. Her drive impact is also not too bad either. But mostly the thing is that Juri's drive rush is really, really good. And when she has momentum, it is very difficult to get it back from her. She is an incredibly, as a character who relies on momentum in particular, Juri is especially scary. And it's very difficult to take the momentum back from her once she has it. She usually has to overextend herself in some fashion in order for you to be able to pull it off. Welcome back, Shen. Ooh. It is a good thing she was out of meter at that point. Alright, good job. if I hadn't jabbed, if I hadn't jabbed, I would have had her. Oh, I'm salty. But it's my own fault. It's my own fault. It's my own fault. I jabbed her. I jabbed her when I was walking forward, thinking that because she hadn't presented super, I'd be fine. It's my own fault. I'm sad, but it's on me.
Another fight is coming your way.
I just want to say the holes in the hood of the ones that are cute but very impractical. Yeah.
Beginning operation.
Hope you're ready.
Hope you're ready.
Round one. Fight. Sonic boom.
Yes, shouldn't have done that. Okay. You almost never get to do that. It is very rare that you actually get to drive Impact Guile through Fireball, mostly because his Sonic Booms recover incredibly fast. Right? It was tempting to like try to drive Impact in there, but like, remember that. Oops. I thought it was gonna kill. Okay, we made it. We made it. That was incredibly close. I really thought that was going to kill, and it didn't. But we made it work. Yep. Damn, couldn't make it over. Get flash kick, it's my fault. Yeah, it's my fault. It's interesting because with this Guile in particular, I feel like being a little bit more picky about staying on the ground is probably the better call here, but yeah. Also, then it kind of like opens me up to like this stuff. And I can't, anything that is like too slow. Yeah. Fuck, wasn't enough. I should have tried a jab instead. That might have converted off of that. But yeah, dealing with a Guile who is like actually properly patient is very difficult for this reason specifically. Yeah, like essentially speaking, the way that you sort of have to deal with Guile in a lot of circumstances, that if you are able to, and it's very, you have to be very deliberate about the ways in which you try to defend against him, because if you just let him like, yeah, like this is the part that's very difficult against the Guile who really understands how to defend well. You have to sort of like force him into awkward positions to try to like get him to crack, and it is very difficult to do that. Yeah. Nah, I'm outmatched. I'm outmatched. They're too good. I can't crack that. I can't. And that's the thing, right? Like, essentially speaking, I think the only way I really would have been able to put that Guile on the back foot would have been to actually force him into a situation where I had to force him to keep aggressing. I could check him, but it's really... It is also very difficult to... it's very difficult to force Guile out of a position that he doesn't want to be in. You have to be very patient. You have to be very patient in order to force Guile out of a position that he doesn't want to be in, because he can be aggressive if it feels like it, but he can and will wall you out. So it's a balance between like, it's a balance between like checking him from doing shithead things at you and trying not to get so impatient that you want to run at him. Because running at Guile is, you basically break yourself on Guile's body if you run at him. So it's something that you want to avoid as much as you can. Oops. Good go. Ah. Nah, I should have thrown him at some point if I was going to keep doing that, to actually put pressure on him instead of trying to like pretend that I was even going for the burnout loop, because I wasn't really. Eh. Yeah, I got hit by that. Part of me was hoping, was it a drop? No, not at that distance. Fuck. I wasn't watching my toes. Which is my own fault. Yeah, you can't do two. You can't do two of those kicks. So like Ken having that like side kick, he has like a 1-2-3. He has like a target combo that comes out of it that adds 2 more hits. That target combo is not safe on block. Like that kick that he did, that upward reaching one has the target combo after it. If you do the target combo and somebody's blocked the first hit, don't do that. It's how you die. Nope. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I might die for this. If the scaling's not too harsh, I should be dead here. It was, unfortunately. If I hadn't hesitated on the punch input from my Super R3, that could have been it right there. But I hesitated, so it's on me. Shouldn't have done that. And that's why, like, don't throw, if Cammy has enough meter for Super Art 3 or Critical Art, do not throw a fireball if you are within half a screen's range of her. Just don't do it. Like, literally what I did to Ken is what will happen to you if the Cammy player is fast enough on the draw. Like, you're just gonna get your shit rocked. Don't do it. Nah, not really. I will say that I am doing better maintaining my... I forgot that Master Ranks reset anyway. So I am doing a better job maintaining than I thought I would be, considering how my performance has been lately in Ranked anyway. That's my fault. Alright, let's see. Don't know how many of them are streaming. One of the people who was streaming Kimberly, I don't know if they're still lurking or not, or if they left afterward, but, I don't know if they were streaming, but they definitely have like a Twitch account, so they were here, and they just gave like the, oh no guy face as their only response, because I was clowning on their club name a little bit, not realizing that they would show up in my chat, and I do feel a type of way about that, in the sense of like, I wasn't trying to shame. I was just like, sometimes some people are doing a little bit too much. It's like, I said that not knowing they were going to show up in my chat. Good night, Stevie. Fuck me. I dropped it! If I hadn't dropped the punish after the dizzy, I would have killed. But I dropped it. But yeah, the thing is, you're doing this and streaming. Yeah.
Beginning.
Round one. Fight.
Let's get it. Strike.
Side switches. Hadouken. I don't know why you did that all the way out there. That was not a good call on your part. I understand why they did it. They were trying to like punish me doing like a jump in or something. But at the distance I was at when I did that, that wasn't gonna work. And that was not a thing that they should have done. You for the punish. This should kill.
Locked on.
Cammy wins. Round one.
See, I'm doing a better job already, at least it feels like, than I did during the last master phase, which I'm happy about. It's still rusty in some aspects. My movement is not very sharp still. I got hit by the overhead twice. Okay, it worked. I'm not upset about it. It works. Hey. Nope, too early on the jump. Yeah, like I'm good. Still the fireball. Too high up. So yeah, and this is why, especially at this level of play, if somebody's in the corner, it is very rare that I try to drive impact them if I bother at all. Mostly because a lot of the time, if you put somebody in near to the corner in this game, and they feel the pressure, they will try to like jump over a DI that they think is coming. So it can sometimes be more lucrative to just put a normal in their face before they can jump up if they think a drive impact might be coming. Nope. Thank you. You ate my input. And there was basically no way they were getting out of that, because either they stood up and blocked it, in which case I'm like 7 billion years plus, 7 billion years dungeon, and they can't really do anything about that. Or, right, they got hit because they were trying to jump up and went from there. Meaty heavy spin knuckle, if you can pull it off, is really good, but because of how much wind up time it has, it is not. I try not to do it very often because the wind up time is like how much version spin knuckle you use. It's at least 20 something frames at minimum. So like, what's that? The Tatsu, but I messed up a little. Yep, good, Hado. Let's see if they're going to... There we go. I won off the trade. I'm very happy about that. Yeah, I forgot. Solar Plexus Punch is really plus. You don't want to... If Ryu does a Solar Plexus Punch on you and you were blocking it, you got put into a frame trap. Congratulations. You're in pain now. Generally speaking... There we go. Yeah, you saw the jump pack, right? Because the idea was that if I did a drive impact and I did it early, or if I did it at a specific timing, then like the jump back would have basically kept the DI from hitting them, and they would have been fine. Very deliberate, right? Yep. Yep. Good throw. But unfortunately, I had another one and they didn't break it. See ya. Whoa. Nope. I don't know if that would have worked anyway, because they waited a little bit to force me to crumple and then get the side switch, but unfortunately for them, and unfortunately for me, I probably should have punished with standing heavy punch. So what I was doing there was, again, right, because people will think, oh yeah, you know, burned out, you want to hit with the drive impact and kind of like just ruin their day, right? Yeah, they read the gap. So there is a gap when Cammy does like jabs into spin knuckle, and there's the jump again. Ooh, the cross cut. That's a good crosscut DP. That was a crosscut DP, I could tell. Because I was over them and then they managed to do it. Very good. Damn it, I dropped it. I dropped it! I dropped it! Ugh! Because after the Spin Knuckle, Super Art 3 should have come out, but I messed up the input. Hence why I say should have, but the fault was on me. Good throw. We made it. Yeah, so like solar plexus, if you block it, Ryu takes all the advantage from that, but if you are able to drive impact solar plexus, though, in most situations, Ryu cannot really like meaningfully make you suffer for it, and then you kind of just blow a spot up. Though the standing heavy punches are stiff. Ooh. Yeah, like Ryu's standing heavy punch, that backhand cross, that cross from like his backhand, basically speaking, that is also, it can be special canceled, which means that you can drive impact using it afterward, which means that if you try to drive impact it, Ryu can react. If the Ryu you're playing has like fast enough reflexes, they can in fact like kind of just react and blow you out of the sky. That was a good meaty on their part, and I pressed the button like a clown. I could have punished the party starter right there, but I messed up the reaction. Okay. So yeah, Akuma, his standing heavy kick. Akuma's standing heavy kick, that two hit pair of like roundhouse kicks, is basically his party starting combo button, but has one major weakness, which is that if you duck under it, free punish. Perish. Yeah, dead. There are very few characters that probably could have survived that specific situation, but Akuma having 1,000 less health means that he is more likely to find himself in those sort of checkmate scenarios from, like, the odd, after taking too many odd glancing hits, just because, like, because he metaphorically lost the gamble in other aspects. Yep. He timed that correctly so that, like, he would recover from the snap kick and then do that. Yeah, if I hadn't hesitated, that's my fault. I got the 2 jabs and I hesitated. If I'd, like, jabbed any kind of spiral arrow in that situation, would have put him in a knockdown, and that would have been worse for him because he would have had to make a gamble on the OD. And I hesitated. Barely. If he'd been willing to gamble on a super art of any kind, that would have been it, as far as I'm concerned. Ugh. There we go. Yep, he stepped back just enough. Plus, that was very dangerous for me to have done. Second time I could have punished the party starter, and I fucked it up. Nope. I dropped it. So did he, but this is... shit! Kicked me out. That's fair. I'm not upset. That was a good call. I thought I had enough health to survive a chip, so I blocked instead of, like, backing up. Yeah, that was way too high up. Shh. There we go.
Round 2. Fight.
Nope. Back to the corner with you. Ooh! Still brought it back. There we go. We out here. Alright. It's like 9:16. Like 15 minutes over my intended stopping time. So, we'll call it here. I think the derusting has gone relatively well. There's still a couple of things I'm going to need to work on, but that's for me to figure out. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Let's go. We're going to go hang out with Games Done Quick, because like I said, right now, it is black speed running time. Currently, we are going to get to watch Prez, formerly known as the President Noir, doing a speed run of a game called Sworn. it is a action game in the vein of Hades. Very cool, very chill. Race Forward, thanks to Back to Black, has currently made over $17,000. So we're gonna go over there. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna give the black and you know me. I'm out here rooting for everybody black. So we're gonna go over and give Back to Black some support via Games Done Quick. As far as streaming schedule stuff goes, Sunday 6 p.m. Eastern time. I know that I haven't changed my overlays to say it yet because I really need to do that. But Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, we are going to be attempting to finish Lost Kingdoms 2, assuming that I have not locked myself into the shittiest corner in the world. Hopefully, we will manage all right in that particular circumstance. We'll have to see how it goes. But, yeah. Basically speaking, we're going to go hang out with them. Lost Kingdoms 2. Lost Kingdoms 2, we will check that out. Like I said, it's upcoming Sunday. After that is done, I think that's because of Lambert. I remember Lambert going, I didn't think Custom Robo was a real game. I thought I hallucinated that. And I'm like, lol, no you didn't, nerd. So probably it's going to be Custom Robo next for our Sunday games. I just got to go get a hold of it and go from there. So thank y'all for coming out. I appreciate y'all doing the thing. Stay safe, wash your hands, wear a mask if you go outside, be excellent to each other. Not the bigots, racist, turfs, sexist, anti-queer folks who are fascists. Remember, Black Lives Matter. Trans rights and reproductive rights are human rights. Palestine, Sudan, the Congo, and Haiti must all be free. None of us are free till we're all free. Melt ice, fuck ice. That's pretty much that. So that's pretty much that. Here's our raid message for. Here's our raid message. SH does raid. Throw in your favorite emotes. They don't have to be my emotes. Let's go big them up. Let's go celebrate them cracking $17,000 for Race Forward. Out here doing their best to support the fight of the good fight. And it looks like they're working toward a bonus Hades run of some sort for Hades 2. So let's be about that, yeah? Let's go give them some support. Alright, y'all. Until next time. Oh, right, I forgot links and stuff. There are those links if you want to go check out some of the other stuff I do. I'm also a game developer. My team, we have a website, we have a game called Shoot Lancer that we are currently working on that I have been forbidden from programming on this weekend as much as I want to really, really bad. And then, yeah, we have a Discord. We meaning like this community, has a Discord. The Munity Discord is listed over on our main website. But Discord itself, you can join with that handy dandy link that Nightbot dropped off a second ago, if you are so inclined. We watch anime and stuff on Saturdays, and sometimes tokusatsu, and just kind of generally hang out and have a good time. But yeah, let's go hang out with the Back to Black crew and see how they're doing with their speedruns. Alright, y'all. Till next time. Take care. Deuces.